ZPAP M70 furniture ready to install. Looks good. Got a nice shine to it. Got nice tiger stripes. It's going to look good on there. I'm going to be putting some tongue oil on the furniture from my ZPAP M70. Got grips and stock and such, 4 grips. And what I did is I soaked them in mineral spirits and cleaned off as much as the original finish as I could, and I sanded it. I used 220, 240, and then I switched over to steel wool to get really fine and slick. Looks really good. And then I'm going to take a mixture, half and half, for my first coat of mineral spirits and tongue oil, and I got a lint-free rag to apply the finish, apply the tongue oil. And when I'm done, I'll show you how to install the furniture back onto it. I didn't want to bore you by showing you all the sanding and rubbing with the steel wool, or just rubbing and soaking with the mineral spirits. So I'm going to show you the first coat, and I'll kind of show you some steps along the way. I mixed the tongue oil and the mineral spirits half and half in this small container, and I do that so whenever I apply it, it helps it soak in better. It's a little bit thinner, it's not so thick. But for now on, I just do the first coat with the 50-50 mix, and then I will not add any more mineral spirits. So I will put this off to the side, and I will only add tongue oil from now on. I don't know if you can see, the tiger stripes really are really popping with this tongue oil. And I'll apply quite a few coats. When I'm done, I'll tell you how many coats it took. I see a lot of times they recommend 5 coats, but I think it might be even more. I'll do a little bit on the pistol grip. And you can see that tiger stripe really pops. Putting a little bit on the lower. Putting quite a bit of tongue oil on this first coat, and I can see the stripes, tiger stripes again. The noise you hear is my little buddy Shiloh. Come here, Shiloh. He's out here helping me, and you hear his little collar jingling. Good boy. And this, I didn't think it had that much tiger striping in it, but it's really starting to pop now that I've put some of the tongue oil on. Everything's got a decent amount of tongue oil. It's looking a little dry here on the side, you can see, so I'm just going to add a little bit more. Make sure it's nice and wet. A little bit more on the pistol grip. That's really looking nice. Colors on that are really nice. Making sure the stock is good and wet. I don't know if you can see that very well on the camera, but in this light in this room, it looks really nice. Directions recommend to wipe off the excess. So it's soaked for a while. I'm just going to wipe off a little bit of excess. And you don't see very much. Got a little bit here. Kind of like it was a little bit in the corners. And maybe a little bit excess on the top handguard. And a little bit right back here on the back of the stock. I'm using a lint-free rag again. A different one that I applied it with. I'm wiping off the excess off all the pieces. Let it sit for 12 hours and apply another one, and I'll keep repeating that process. Back, and I added about 6 coats of tung oil to the furniture for the Zastava M70, and left a little bit of a shine on it. What I've done is I've hit it with this 320 fine block, and I just polished it down to where it's ready for 1 or 2 more coats. But I'm going to be putting some wipe-on poly for the last couple coats. So I just wipe it on, and this side again, still like before, is darker than the other side. This side has really nice striping, and this side does as well, but it's almost like a reverse, which is I think pretty neat. Put some on the handle. I'm using a lint-free rag for the application. And a lot of the tiger stripes are still coming through. See if I can make this Zastava look like a high-end hunting rifle. Got a little shine to it. And his tiger stripes are still coming out. Instructions say to let dry for a few hours, and I can buff it, sand it a little bit more, and possibly add another coat just to give it a little more depth. And I'll probably do that. And I'll show you the finished project or finished furniture in the next piece of this video. I'm going to finish putting the Zastava back together. I added this back onto the lower, and as you can see, the wood looks really nice. Installing the handguard is one of the trickier things. And I put it in a vise just to help so I can stabilize it for videotaping. And you slip it in and you turn it. And there's the handguard installed. And I showed you how to do this upper handguard in the vise by turning it, rotating it onto it. And the hand grip. And I already went ahead and I just took a dead blow and just tapped the stock back into the firearm. So go ahead and get that started. When you're done, go through and just double check all the bolt tightness. I kind of do this just to kind of speed it up a little bit. It's got a really long bolt. Goes in the back. Tighten that one up. Then we can take our lower, put it in here, pull back tight, and this one back. Slides a little bit tight, but it slides on there. Once you get the lower on, remember to lock this down. The upper. You see the wood. Rotate it just a little bit more, even the gaps up from side to side. And wood is very nice looking. Gives a little shine, makes the little AK pop a little bit. Gives a little bit more of a quality hunting rifle. You might see it on Browning. Another look. And the other side. Sling mount. And your butt plate. A little bit of oil on it, it's probably really going to pop with that nice color on the wood. And eventually I might do up a set of old Zosfa laminate on it for it as well. But I think it looks really nice. The wood has a lot of character. Just makes the Zosfa really pop. Thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe.